fabulous guests and friends to this lovely occasion at the National Liberal Club. We're gathered here today to celebrate the 171st birthday of Oscar Wilde. We're delighted to have Merlin Holland here as our speaker, and we very much look forward to hearing from him after dinner. We have a message from Giles Brandreth, our president. He sends his apologies that he can't be here this evening. He has to be in Grantham to talk about the late Queen, Margaret Thatcher, and Winnie the Pooh. But he wishes us an equally interesting evening. So, speaking to guests in the library before we sat down, it occurred to me that there were guests here from many places that Oscar Wilde spent time in. From the USA, Oxford, Greece, Italy. Now, I don't know whether Oscar visited Slovenia or Belgium, or indeed Cheltenham, who are also represented here. But
He did visit Belgium.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Wonderful. An equally warm welcome to everyone, wherever you've travelled from. And I hope you make some new friends and have some interesting conversations over dinner. But before we start our meal, I'd like to invite Iain Ross, the author of Oscar Wilde in Ancient Greece, to give the toast to Oscar. Would you mind? I don't think the other end of the room will hear you, unfortunately. The mic's on.
So, I'm going to use my phone just for the torch so I can see my notes. This is a very special birthday dinner because, yes, it's Oscar Wilde's 171st birthday. It's also 125 years since Oscar Wilde's 46th and final birthday, which is just beyond the span of the longest known human life, which was 122 years, nearly 123. And that, thinking about that has made me revisit the question which has often troubled me. Did Oscar Wilde live a long time ago, or comparatively recently? He can seem very contemporary. And recently I read Frank Kermode's review of Richard Ellman's biography in the London Review of Books in 1987. And this quotation struck me. He said, "We can hardly imagine what it must have been like to know Wilde and to hear him talk. For all the evidence suggests that there has never been anybody like him." But when I was younger, there were still people alive who could potentially at least have seen him. Now, as far as I know, the last person to have actually known him was a French man called Alain Caillat, who was one of the little boys invited to the birthday party, no, not the birthday party, the luncheon party to celebrate Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee in 1897. In Verneuil, when Wilde had just been released from prison. And he wrote an account of that in 1971, and I assumed he must have died shortly after that, but if the information on the Bibliothèque Nationale de France website is correct, and I'm not saying it is, he died in 1994 at the comparatively advanced age of 108, in which case he would have been the last person alive to know Oscar, and he would have still been alive when I was a young man. So I still feel though that Oscar Wilde is only just out of reach. Now, to adapt something that Hazlitt once said about the Greeks and the Romans, we're always talking about Oscar Wilde, but he has absolutely nothing to say about us. But what would he say if he could see us all here tonight? Well, I hope he would be charmed and amused, and perhaps retract his unfortunate remark about literary societies and meaties. I'm not totally sure what a meaty is. It sounds absolutely horrible. Please put it out of your minds and join me, I don't have my glass with me sadly, so raise your glasses please, to the man whose every birthday takes him further and further away from us, and yet who is always so present, to Oscar Wilde.